everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, the beautiful people of Africa and the Black community all over the world. It's good to see you again, and you're welcome to 3,600 Seconds with us three leaders. I'm your host, as usual, Patience Abili, and my co host is here, the beautiful Vivian Alubisi. So,
Hello,
thank you.
good afternoon.
All right. So, as we all know, we are celebrating International Women's Month. And for us women, 1 month is not even enough. So this month we're going to discuss a whole lot of things with the theme in view, Give to Gain, being the theme slated for this year's International Women's Day that will guide us all through the month of March. So we want to start with an inspiring conversation. Joining us today on this special series, the first of the special series for the International Women's Month, is our delectable ambassador, Tiana-Wealth Bassey. She is the founder and CEO of YOULIBUS African Network. YOULIBUS, if I'm not mistaken, is more like an acronym for Young Ladies in Business. Aha. So she is the founder of that network, a mentor. Um, she's also a business developer. In fact, she wears many hats. So it's safe to say we have a trailblazer here, and everyone has
Yeah.
something impactful to take home at the end of today's session. You're welcome. Welcome, Ambassador Tiana. It's good to have you live today with us.
Thank you very much, Patience. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Nigeria. Good afternoon, Africa. Good afternoon to every woman who is live with us and watching today's episode. I'm excited to be here.
Okay. So that being said, like I said earlier, Unibers is from the meaning of its name.
Mhm.
It empowers women in business with firms, training, mentorship, and the likes. There is an upcoming outreach by Unibers African Network under the leadership of Ambassador Tiana-Wealth. So their upcoming outreach aims to support women in petty business or petty trading with cash grants. Even so, women who are underemployed can gain from that. So it's time for us to dive into our topic for the day, which we have been advertising. You can see it's boldly displayed on the screen. Give to gain by investing in women's futures. Indeed, when you invest in a woman, you invest in the nation. You train a woman, you train the nation. You empower a
Oh, yes,
woman, empower an entire generation. So
true.
we don't have to sleep on this. Anything that to do with women's empowerment, we don't have to sleep on it. Hence, this beautiful session we are having today, this insight session with Ambassador Tiana. So, Ambassador Tiana, please, um, I would like to ask you, can you share the story behind African Network and its mission? Can you share the story with us? We would like to know what motivated you to get this started in the first place.
Okay, so thank you very much, Patience, again. So it's actually Unibus Network Africa, not Unibus African Network. And Unibus, like you've already stated, Young Ladies in Business, is
Okay.
a platform. It's a non-profit platform for women in business in Africa, and the sole aim is just to create a network where women can come together and be empowered, be educated, put on a professional pedestal growth for growth, right? Univers
Yeah.
was born out of, will I say, out of the need to see young women do more, because there's been a narrative about, I mean, if you're in Nigeria or this part of Africa, you would understand this narrative about young women not being efficient. But if you check it, a lot of young women who are even who are 9 to 5 workers, who do corporate jobs also have something they do on the side. They have, it's either they're making hair or they sell perfumes. They just have something they are doing that is giving them extra income. And there's nobody saying that. There's no platform to amplify those voices and amplify the fact that side hustles also help to sustain the woman. So Unibus was born out of that need to make sure that every young woman who is in Africa who is doing something, whether you're a 9 to 5 9 to 5 or you have a business, you are heard, you are supported, you're empowered, you're educated, you're mentored to do business the right way and to also excel. So that's how it was born. And of course, I started with a few of my friends who were into business and they came together. Collaboration was born out of it. I'm a big advocate for collaboration because, like I always say, collaboration is the newest currency, right? So
Yeah.
we had business on, we had people coming together to create a business idea to build. We had accountability partners in there. So it became something really beautiful. And I'm like, okay, amazing. Why don't you spread it across so that other women can see the need for collaboration over competition? That's how Universe was born. And we're grateful to God that God is helping us. We haven't gotten to the reach we're looking for, but we're getting there. So it's a platform for every young African woman.
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Indeed, you deserve your flowers for bringing this to life. I agree with you, Ambassador Tiana. Competition is good, yes, but collaboration is better. So it is good for us to have the mindset that collaboration is the new competition if we must go forward. There is always this funny thought we've been hearing that women don't support themselves, women don't help themselves. That is not true. For those who are saying that, I
Mm.
hope this session that is ongoing will correct that notion.
Yes,
Because I
that is
know,
essentially what we are on about. Killing
of
that competitive spirit. And even if we have to
exactly,
compete, it has to be healthy.
of
Yes, a
course,
healthy one.
a healthy competition, because there actually exists healthy competition, but not the type that is so obvious. At least you are competing to be better than the way you were last year.
Yes,
And
yes.
another
Exactly.
woman is carrying out same competition. Now, when you come together, imagine how beautiful the outcome will be. We
The
have a
fight is
great
against
story.
poverty.
Thank you. The fight is against
Exactly.
poverty, not sisterhood.
The
Not
fight
Yeah.
sisterhood,
to
of course. So it's really a thing of joy to see that not only did you conceive the idea that you found helpful to you, but you decided to share the grace. You and your friends, seeing that it's working, bringing other women, younger women on board. It's really a beautiful thing. But based on that, I still want to ask, please, while you brought this idea to life and you said to pitch it to the world, as it were, especially to the Nigerian environment and by extent the African environment. How does YOULIBUS identify and support women entrepreneurs in need? How do you identify who those women are so as to render support to them?
How do we identify? Sorry, I'm trying to get that. How do we
How do you
identify
identify
women?
women, the women entrepreneurs in need? How do you identify them to support them? Because truth be told, not everyone really is in need. Not everyone really needs that help. But everyone will always come asking for help so that your assistance will not enter voicemail, as it were. Okay, so how does Yulibus now identify those women and help them?
Okay, so I'd like to correct an impression. Everybody's in need. So
Yes.
you haven't gotten to the moment you stop growing, you start dying. So
True.
because you're still growing, you're in need. The different need is different for what I need per time. And we're at different stages of need. So Unibers attends to all stages of need, from the low earning women in
Okay.
business to the mid earning women in business or to the women who are doing very well. We have young ladies in businesses who are excelling, that the only problem or the only need they have is mentorship, is guidance. Those women are not, those young ladies are not looking to start scaling. I mean, they're still going to scale, but at that level where they are, what they are looking for is guidance, is mentorship on how to move to the next level. We also have women who they just want to scale. So you see that everybody is in need, but the difference is we have different needs per time. So Unibus caters to every woman who is in need, from mentorship to educational empowerment. And when it comes to empowerment, right, I always tell people it goes beyond money. It goes beyond
Mm.
financial empowerment. When you empower a woman
True.
financially who is not mentally capable, who is not emotionally stable, who is not psychologically ready, you just wasted that money because you will still be giving.
Exactly.
All right. So empowerment is wholesome. Is a 360, 360 what you call it? There's 360 work that is supposed to be done. I call financial empowerment the
Mm.
list of them because you should be able to give financial empowerment when you have a stable woman, when you have an emotionally stable woman, a psychologically stable woman, a mentally stable woman. That is the only way you can reproduce. Do you understand? So, Universe, answering your question, caters to every young woman at any stage of their need. A lot of persons, the only need they have is just accountability partners. Oh, I'm
Okay.
doing well in my business. I know where my business is supposed to get to, but I'm just laid back. I am very big on procrastination. Oh, I need to do this. I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I move it to the next tomorrow. The other one, I keep moving. So what they need at that time is accountability partners to help them keep tabs on what they've written down on their visions. All right. So
Yeah.
everybody needs help per time. Everybody needs help. And that is why we are here. And like I always tell people, especially when I have opportunities to talk to older women in business
Yeah.
who are excelling, because Unibus is like a bridge. We have lost, there's been a huge gap between the older women in business who are excelling and the younger women in business. There's been a lot of gatekeeping in different industries. So when I have opportunity to talk to older women who are doing well in business, who are excelling, I'm like, who are you going to pass the baton to when you leave? So it's time to start pouring into ready younger women, ready in inverted commas, because not every young woman is ready to be poured into. All right, so that's how Unibus comes to play. We are like a bridge, bringing you to your need and bringing your need to you. That's something like it.
Indeed, indeed. At least I love the last part of what you said. Um, in truth, not every woman is ready. But then I believe Yolibos is also there to make them or get them see the reason why they should be ready. Because this is for their own good and for the collective good of everyone. When a woman is doing well, she'll be so busy trying to be better than the way she was. So she won't have the time for any petty um, form of jealousy, which women are always being shamed for. When you are so busy improving yourself, you won't have that time to be seeing what others are doing. Not that you will not have the time to see them, but you see them only when you want to lend a helping hand, like being an accountability partner. Just like what you said, it takes an intentional woman to want to adjust the crown of a fellow woman by being an accountability partner. Because as you are lifting others up, you're also lifting yourself. It takes someone who is up to bring someone up, and you must be
True,
down too to pull. So the goal is for everyone to be
true.
lifted. We have to mount, the mountain, so to say. We have to climb the hills and draw our fellow queens with us. So it's time for African women. We are giving. Sometimes, just like what Ambassador Tiana said, giving must not necessarily be financial all the time. It's not all about looking for money. Because if the money is in your hand and you're not well prepared, it will amount to zero,
To evaporate.
not great. And we don't really want that to happen. So sometimes the kind of giving you might need is that zest, that push. Somebody to make you believe that you can do this. The right mind to begin in the first place. So, because if you're not the type who believe in yourself, If you cannot convince yourself that your business, that business you're about to start, no matter how petty the trade is, you cannot believe future of it, how can another person key into your vision? So sometimes this giving had to do with creating or helping a fellow woman restore her confidence. Any woman you know struggling with imposter syndrome, we have to wage war against that, destroy it. Then when she's okay, then the money can come. Sometimes nobody may even give her money, but I believe in herself, her resilience might even bring her that money. Anyways, we have all won together. That's the beautiful
Yeah.
thing there. So indeed, Ilibos is doing something really good. It's a noble initiative. And every woman, please, dear African woman, let this conversation not just end here. Okay? As we are discussing, take note of every aspect of what we are talking about. It's for your own good. All right. So let's continue. While I ask Ambassador Tiana the next question, please, for viewers, if you have questions, you know how we do it. We don't gatekeep here. Your view matters. If you have anything to say, you have anything to ask, you have advice you need, now is a golden opportunity. Now that Ambassador Tiana is online, ask her
Yeah.
questions that is as far as your business is concerned. Okay? Because this is more like receiving a free A-list advice or mentorship. So please use the chat box. We are going to acknowledge
The
your
comment
questions
section.
definitely, and we'll bring it up so that she can address your concerns. All right, so let's continue. Um, I also want to know, please, and I'm sure everyone, we are all desirous to know the impact you have seen in the lives of women who have received support so far from Unibus. We've come across some women already, I believe, and you've already said supporting them in one way or the other. So, what impact have you seen in their lives so far? Would you like to share with us, please?
Okay, so the truth is one of the principles of Ulibus, or one thing we believe is funding without drowning. So what that means is we make sure that you're ready to be funded before the funds has been released, right? Thanks to
Yes.
some of our partners who, at every point that we call, they show up to at least support or fund one or two women in business. All right, there've been a lot of stories, a lot of impact about it. I mean, I'm just going to point maybe
Okay.
because I can't keep going on and on. And I'll start with the last two outings that we've had. That's from the Pink Brunch. We had an outing last year, October. It's called a brunch for women in business. Now, the reason for behind the brunch is to create a clean environment, to create a peaceful environment, a more relaxed environment for women to come together and have fun. Because the truth is, women are I tell people a lot of times women go through a lot,
Indeed.
especially
Indeed.
because the terrain, if I'm going to use that word, or the dynamics are changing. A lot of women are becoming masculine women without even knowing. So they're into
Very
business, they're
true.
running
Very true.
businesses,
Very
they have a family, they have children, they have extended family. So they're doing so many things at the same time, and they end up forgetting that they need to attend to themselves. Do you understand? So
yes.
I always find it very I always find it very necessary to create that platform for women to come together and really have fun. That period where you are, what the brunch is about is that time where you are at the brunch, you're not thinking about your business, you're not thinking about deliveries, you're not thinking about your children, you're just there to be you, to be patient, to be Tiana, and not to be business owners or mothers. Now, from the pink brunch, we had a couple of women who were empowered financially, and one of them stood out for me. A young lady who just started her business She just relocated to Abuja and she just started her business. And she was at the last conference that we had in May, and she was really good. What that means is she volunteered, she gave her heart to do the job, she helped, did a lot of things during the conference, and then she kept that communication open. So when it was time for the brunch, I'm like, that's one thing we because we look in house first. If we don't have anybody who can do what we're looking for inside before we go out, right?
Yes.
So I'd called her and told her, okay, we have something coming up. I mean, she does parfait. She does very beautiful parfait, very nice. And I'm like, we'd like to have a few cups for the women. And she did that. She did that with little or nothing, more like her contribution to what we're doing. And she left the brunch with a million naira investment in her business.
Wow.
And when she gave the when she was giving the testament, she said she had come to the venue with the last money she had.
Oh,
And she was saying she was going to leave the venue. Before she leaves, she was going to ask me at least for transport to go back home,
oh,
because I mean, she had rented a lot of things, cups and stands and stuff, and she hadn't even finished paying. So she was like, maybe when she gets money, she can pay them, and then she would just get transport and go back home. I mean, she needed her business. She needed people to start knowing what she was doing. But when that investment came in, she was so excited that I don't know, she couldn't even explain in detail. She didn't only get transport, but she got funding for her business. Today, that
wow.
business is doing so well. Aside from
Wow.
that, she got calls. Now, she got calls from that event to also supply to other people who had parties, engagement, and stuff. Now, one thing
Hmm.
I like to do with people is whether you're volunteering, whether you're partnering, whether you're sponsoring, whether you're collaborating, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're giving it out for free or you're giving it out for a token, you have to be good at what you're doing.
Exactly.
Not because you're sponsoring an event, or I mean, it's called service sponsorship. You give the bare minimum. You don't
Hmm.
know who would call. I'm like, oh, I had XYZ, I had this chin at this event, it was so nice. I think I got the
Hmm.
pack. Oh, let me call the vendor. So what people don't know, why a lot of business people don't know is you kill your business before your business gets out. All right. So coming back to your question is that funding had been able to help her to give her a safe landing in a city where she knows nobody.
Oh, yeah.
It has
Yeah.
also helped that after that event, she was able to get her first few customers.
Hmm.
So that was just one. We also had someone during the international conference that got a good, what you call it? Will I call it scholarship or will I call it investment,
Hmm.
funding, or grants rather? Grant is the right word. She
Right.
is a
Yeah.
welder.
Mhm.
She's a female welder, and she got a grant
Oh. Hmm.
that we didn't even know, weren't even prepared for it. I mean, because usually we tell some of our partners, oh, this is what we're doing, but we like a couple of women to be impacted on. Sometimes we create a panel where they come and have give their pitches for the
Mhm.
for sponsors or the panel to listen to, or sometimes it just happens, right? And when she was called upon, when she was asked to introduce herself, I mean, she didn't think she was going to go home with a grant. She just
Hmm.
introduced herself. She was so excited being a welder, and everybody turned and looked at her like, how can a welder be this beautiful? And she talked about it in her passion, like I carry iron, you carry
See?
iron like this, But then she left that room with 5 million naira grant,
Oh.
and it was able to help her because at the time there was a machine she needed
Wow.
to get. Yes,
Are you
there was a
serious?
machine she needed to get at that time.
Wow.
And when that grant came, it became easy because she was able to get that machine. It helped her business. Her business went well. We have a few videos when we went back to check on how she was doing, what the grant was used for, and all of that. And we're so excited to see that everybody that got funding invested it and invested it well.
Hmm.
So you see, you need to
Hmm.
be ready at every time. You're not because you sell Zobo, you just act anyhow or you just do it anyhow. You don't know where or who is going to be interested in whatever it is you're doing. So I'm just going to stay to these two instances of how the platform has really impacted a lot of people. The lady who went home during the pink brunch she wasn't the only one um, who was supported. We had to, in fact, the lady who supplied the cake during the brunch went home with 1 million naira as well, and she didn't collect a dime. She said, I was going to come sponsor the brunch and I was going to bring cake. I do cakes, I do desserts. I'm going to give everybody for free. Eat as you like. And she left with 1 million naira. Today, she did her own event. It was massive. She was able to get a lot of things she needed for her business. And we are excited because this is what we're talking about. Empowerment is what we are all about. And for people to really know what you're doing, for people to buy into what you're doing, and for people to also support what you're doing is what we are all about. And we want people who are actually ready. Because when you're not ready, it's like you're pouring into a basket. You're pouring water into a basket. So you see
Exactly,
why I
exactly,
say that
exactly.
financial
Welcome
empowerment
to
is like the
Ambassador.
least. Yeah, it's like the least because if those persons who were gifted or who collected grants, who were empowered, were not ready, that money will just blow up. We won't see the dividends of the money. So we're
Oh,
excited. We're trusting God to do more, because a lot of young people need to be helped. Now we have an outreach coming up by the end of this month to also commemorate the International Women's Day. And one of the key take of that outreach is to empower 10 low-earning women in business. I'm talking about women who roast corn by the road. I'm talking about traders who sell biscuits on the bridge. I'm talking about those kind of women that you give them something, that it's going to help scale their business. We're not looking for people who already have a shop and have
mm-hmm.
signage. No, that's not who we're looking for.
Mm.
Because we
The
say
ones who
gift to
fry
give.
yam and akara in the morning.
We're talking about those who fry, even the ones who fry, guys, some of them are premium and people,
Oh
But I
yes.
mean, the goal is just to give, and by giving, of course, we know that we're gaining,
Mhm.
all right, because we're able to put
Oh,
smiles on the faces of people. Yes, so that's it.
Awesome.
interesting, Tiana.
Okay, it's like yes. There's a question that
Do you
came
have
in from YouTube. I'm just
okay.
seeing it displayed on the screen. Um, how can
Okay.
how can
Can
we
we join this
join
network?
this? Okay, from
Network.
outside
Network from
Nigeria. How
Nigeria.
can we join this network from outside Nigeria? Okay, how they can join
Tiana, is there
Unibus
any Ulibus, the
network?
initiative. Yeah.
Okay, okay, how can we join from
So
outside Nigeria? Okay,
it's simple. We are expanding across Africa. We're also reaching out to get country representatives, state representatives. So you just send us an email on an official email address, ulibusnetworkafrica@gmail.com. I mean, that's really easy. ulibusafrica@gmail.com. You just drop us an email and then we take up the conversations from there. So it's easy to join the network. I mean, it's so easy. We're making it really easy for every African woman, to be a part of what we're doing.
Okay. Tiana, is there a phone number they can reach
uh-huh.
out to? Is there a
I
phone
hope
number we can drop? Is there a phone number we can drop so they can reach out to you if they want to join the network?
Oh, yes, we have phone number. We have Unibus. I don't know how I can send that to you. Can I send that via a
Yeah, you
chat?
can drop it in the chat box. We'll put it from there.
Okay, so I'll just drop that on the chat box so you can send a WhatsApp message and
Yeah.
you will be attended to immediately
Okay.
and told what to do.
All right, Tiana. This it has been an interesting time with you. I would like to ask some few questions.
I don't know, I've dropped a message. I'm sorry. Can you get that? Have you seen that?
No,
Private chat.
yes. Okay.
it's not showing. It's not showing on my screen. I've not seen. It's not showing on my screen.
Okay.
Okay, so Tiana, I would
Okay,
like to
I've seen
ask
it.
one or
I've
two
seen it.
questions. I don't know.
She has.
Um,
Yes, please.
it's more like an advice. What advice? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
please. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yes,
what
yes.
advice would you
It has
give
been
to
seen.
young women?
What advice would I
Okay,
give
that
to
one is
young women? Is that what you mean? How come I can't?
don't worry, I've seen it.
How come I can't see any of you?
Yes, yes.
Anybody there?
Yes, yes, please. Uh-oh. You can see me, right?
So Vivian was trying to ask a question. Yes, I
I
can
think
see
the
you now.
network is really messing up at Vivian's end. The network must be messing up at the end. Seriously, from the look of things. And she'll be back.
She was
She'll be
trying to ask a question.
yes, yes, I noticed that too. She was trying to ask a question before. Yes, yes. Can you hear me,
Yes, I
please?
can hear you. I can hear you.
Right. All right. Okay, so hmm, okay. All right. I think the internet is
Hello.
all
So
times of
sorry,
the
my network is bad.
internet. We are back. We are all back. So sorry for that brief. That was a network glitch. That was a network glitch. The Vivian is back.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Vivian, you're
I'm
trying to
so
ask a
sorry.
question.
My network is terrible. Yes, I was trying to ask what advice can you give to women out there who are looking for financial support to grow, like they say if you with the give to gain topic of the International Women's Day,
Yeah.
we know that aside the financial aspect of it, we need to collaborate, encourage one another, support one another, support our business. So my question is, what advice can you give to a young woman who are trying to find their paths and build their confidence? What advice can you give to women like that?
Okay, so that's two questions in one. You've asked what advice I can give to a woman who is ready, who needs financial assistance, and what advice I can give to a woman who wants to build her confidence. So I'll start with the second one about confidence. The thing is, confidence can be perceived, it's perceivable. And when you're not confident about who you are, and what you're ready to give, nobody nobody would take you serious. All right, for lack of better expression. The truth is, people buy into you before they buy from you. So if they're not able to buy into you, if they can't perceive that what you're saying makes sense, or you're really sure about what you're saying, it's going to be difficult for them to buy into your vision, into your goals, into what you have, what you intend to implement. So confidence is one step. You have to build it, right? Some people have it as an innate quality. Some people have to build it. You have to learn it. And there are different steps. I mean, we can't start going into confidence classes right now. There are different tips and different steps. You could Google it, you could search it, different things you need to do that would help boost your confidence. Another thing that can do is find yourself around confident people who are ready to help you. So that's another thing. Find yourself around confident people who are ready to help you. I tell people a lot of time, join communities, join networks, attend conferences, attend summits, be taught, be ready to learn. And one thing
True.
people don't understand is the learning period is not the sweetest period. Your learning period is not your bonding period. So what that means is your learning period will not be sweet. A lot of times you're going to have to face a lot of challenges. You're going to have people step on your toes. You're going to have people take you for granted, things that you don't like. But it's your learning period. So it's not a time that you're going to feel good about yourself. But because you know what you're looking for, you would see that as a pruning time for you to get yourself to where you want to be. So, first of all, understand and believe, because we can't help you if you don't know that you have a problem. So, you need to first of all acknowledge it that you need to build your confidence, or you have a weakness in this area and it needs to be built, or it needs to be helped. So, you find yourself around friends, around people who can help you build your confidence, attend conferences, read books, research, and I'm sure you're going to do well. And have a vision, because I see a lot of visionless women, young women now. A lot of people go into business not because they are ready for that business, because they saw that another person excelled in that business. So your
Exactly.
vision is, you don't have a direction, and a vision without direction and structure is failure on arrival. There's no plan, and the truth is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's
The
simple.
plan to fail. Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. So you need to have
That's
a
true.
plan. You need to have a roadmap. You need to have a blueprint. What do I intend to achieve? Where am I going to? What am I even doing? This business I'm going to, am I even ready for it? Do I even have the knowledge about the business? I listened to Vusi a lot, and there was one of these time he had this conversation. He was in a panel where they were trying to people came to pitch their businesses, and one of these ladies came to pitch that she needed 5,000 or 5 million rand thereabout for a business. And then he asked her if she had that business. She needed to sell, going to eggs, poultry, right? And he asked her if she knows the cost of that on the street, if she had ever done that. And he gave her steps on things to do. So go do this. When you double the money, come back, I give you. Go double the money, come back. That way, you already know the chain of the business. You know it from start to finish. So we're not giving you money to go and launch, open a store, open a farm, and call yourself CEO. We're giving you money because you know the route of how it's going to, how you can trace your success. So a lot of people don't want to go through that stress. A lot of young women don't want to go through that stress. They call it stress. They don't want to go through that structure. But the truth is, you need that structure for the next level if you want to really go high in your business. So people need to be ready to take on responsibilities that come with them, getting to that come with them that comes with you getting to your next level. Now, the next one that she asked is, I think I've forgotten how to get um, funding or something like around something like that for women who
Yes,
wants to scale their business.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
One major thing I tell people is be mentored, right? Be mentored, and be ready to be mentored, because the truth is, your mentor is basically supposed to show you what to do. Supposed to tell you,
Exactly.
go this way, don't go this way, do this and do that. So when you're not ready to be mentored, your mentor is not your friend. So sometimes instructions are not going to be sweet, but you have to do it. So when you're ready to be mentored, you'll be able to navigate through some stages that is going to help you. get to where you're going to. So I think if she comes back and asks that question again, I'll be able to get the right question that she asked. But I mean, this is
Exactly.
it for now.
Of course, of course. I think we still have some questions that just came in, up to still from YouTube. Um, how can we join this network from? Okay, sorry, we've taken that. Uh,
I think I've
yes, we
answered
answered
that.
that. Okay, the second one I'm seeing there. Okay, the second and third question. What is the significance of
What's the
investing
significance?
in women's futures? Hmm. Mhm. Very
The truth
significant.
is, Precious already said it when she started this conversation.
All right.
It's simple. You train a girl child, you train the entire nation.
Stephanie.
You know, but yeah, but to give it more perspective, when a woman receives investment, empowerment, you know, you're not when you give a woman who receives small business grants, that woman is growing a business, that woman is growing a family, that woman is growing a community. So investing in a woman's future is simple. When you
When you
empower that woman financially, you're reducing poverty, strengthening families, you're building stronger economies. We're going to take a little example of some agencies, some platforms where women are at the helm of affairs. You
mm,
see better management. You see multiplication because that's exactly who a woman is. Even the organizations that are
mm-hmm.
being headed by men, there's a woman somewhere playing a pivotal role, whether as the CEO, whether as the manager, whether I mean there are too many one of them examples that are everywhere that I can even pinpoint. I can even mention 10 at the top of my fingers that women are playing pivotal role to make sure that that organization is standing. So it is very significant to invest in a woman's future because when you
Indeed.
empower empowered women become role models for the next generation. Patience, are you there?
I am here. I'm right here. You can hear me well, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so I think we still have another question.
On the second question, the
Second,
significance of yeah, the
third
truth is
question.
supporting a woman is one of the most sustainable ways to develop a society. That's it.
Okay. I hope. Okay, for our viewer who has a question, you should be clear right now. I don't know if you're a woman or if you're a man, but it doesn't matter your gender. If you're a man and a woman's future is being supported or someone invested in a woman's future, let's say the woman is your sister. You know what that means for your family, don't you? Or if your mom, someone invested in her, you're going to really enjoy. There was a very funny post that was flying around social media recently. I happened to see someone special and sent it to me as a personal message because I hardly find myself in the mainstream media, like the general one where too much noise are. Okay. So it said when a woman makes money or if a woman becomes wealthy, that her children live soft lives. She makes her children enjoy. They go. And I can't agree more, which is a fact. So when you invest in women's futures, it's for your own good. If you are a man asking this question, whether you're married or single, please invest in your wife's future. Life can happen at any time. And
You're simply
somebody have to
building a
step.
significant society.
That is it. Or your sister. Invest in your sister's future so that somebody will be out there to make the family proud. Or don't you like what Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is doing for us? You see, everyone wants to claim relationship with her. Whenever you see this woman in action, yes, I mean, proudly Nigerian, or proudly African. We have other women too who are really making a mark out there because someone somewhere invested in their future. So why can't we replicate same feat in the lives of women around us? Please, we should be intentional about doing things like this. All right. The participant asked a question. Aha, now you come. How can others get involved? The kind of questions we like to see. How can others get involved?
So we have opening for partnerships. I need to really get perspective on that question. What you mean get involved? Are you asking how can people get involved in supporting women, or how can you get involved in being a part of
Mm,
Univers? Or I need to understand. But anyway, let me answer it both ways. How you can get involved if it comes to women empowerment, women development, is that you begin by helping and supporting the woman that is beside you, the next woman that you come across, investing in that woman's business, right? Investing in the woman's ability, investing in the woman's um, beyond business now, investing in the woman's personality. Because the truth is, like I said before, it has to be wholesome. It's not one way. It's not all about financial empowerment. It has to be complete. So investing in the woman's personality, building up. Okay, so I came across the video on Instagram this morning, and the lady was talking about same conversation, and she said she met somebody who didn't always want to give her money, but would tell her, go and write a business plan, go and bring a proposal. Go and, what that did for her was to build her to understand why you need, in fact, it taught her another level of investment, right? So it goes beyond financial investment. That's if you're talking about how you can be involved to invest in women, invest in the woman financially, invest in the woman mentally, invest in the woman psychologically, invest in the woman's personality, invest in the woman's business. That's how you can get involved. Start from one person, because the truth is, when you help one person, it spreads to like five people. It becomes like a virus, positive virus that spreads. That's how you
mm, mm,
get involved, right? Support the woman, recommend the woman, so that's one aspect that a lot of people really need to look into, because the truth is, a woman merits a particular position. She merits this. You know she can do this, but because she's a woman, you're not recommending her. So recommend her for that next level business. That's one. Then how you can get involved in YOULIBUS is simple. Just send us a mail. We have different categories on how you can get involved, how you can become a partner, how you can become a representative, how you can also support. Anyway, like I always say, it goes beyond financial support. So you can always send us a mail. You can also chat us up on WhatsApp. Then we can have that conversation.
indeed, indeed. You can see the mail boldly displayed on the screen. So there is no excuse. In fact, this mail will be here. I think we're going to just leave it. So in case someone is just joining, it won't be difficult for them to know. And even if they want to come back to this live when we are done, when they get to this point, of our conversation, how to contact you, how to also send maybe a message to you or reach you directly, maybe on WhatsApp, via the phone number displayed on the screen. So there you go. How others can get involved. We are hoping that you may put it, to the question you asked. What aspects of involvement are you really looking at? So if you don't want to, or peradventure you want to talk about it, privately, please feel free. You can approach Ambassador Tiana via the contact information displayed on the screen right now. Again, she's on LinkedIn. So for those of us on LinkedIn, our LinkedIn community, please feel free to approach her. Okay, you can reach out to her, get to know more about what the organization does. They have so many things lined up, a lot of initiatives and programs lying in wait, which, like she mentioned earlier, she may not be able to exhaust everything. If you care to know more and know how you can partner, sponsor, remember we said earlier that collaboration is the new competition. So you don't really have to go out to her mainly for maybe seeking support. But how about you reach out to her to render support? In fact, I would like to stress this part, and I would love her to. Oh, okay. It's like Vivian asked a question right there on the screen. As a leader who has dedicated worth empowering others, what do you believe is the most, I can't get clearly, is the most developed in order to, did I get that clear? Okay. Um, what do you believe is the most developed in order to lift other women while also building their own success? I guess you might get the sense behind the question, right? As a
I think
leader who
she's
has
trying to say,
dedicated and
how do you lift others up while lifting yourself as well?
yes, while building your own success. So how do you're already a developed woman. You are dedicated to empowering others. So how do you balance it? Maybe like helping other women succeed while you are building your own success.
So the truth is, you it has never been heard that you build another person and you fail,
Mm,
because that you're building means you already know what you're doing. Like you said, you have to be up there to lift another person up. So you're building, you have to continually build yourself to be able to build
indeed.
others. And I'm going to use a simple illustration. Have you seen a tap that always has water, that always brings out water? That tap can never be dry. It's always wet because it's always
Mm,
bringing out water. Do you understand? So there
indeed.
is no how you're going to build another person and you're not building yourself. From whence are you pouring from? Or where are you pouring from? So that you have to pour to another person means you have to be filled yourself. All right.
Indeed.
And then sometimes
Indeed, you feel your
it's a
cup
deliberate
first.
action. Sometimes you need to take some time, or sometimes you need to have solo retreats. Sometimes you need to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes you just need to want to get it has you have to keep yourself rejuvenated to be able to help others. So I've never seen a person who is giving, giving and not gaining. Because as you're giving,
Indeed.
you're gaining. Do you understand?
Mm,
You give support, you gain influence. It's simple. You give collaboration, you gain commitment. It's simple. You can't give and not gain. So while you're building another person, you are also becoming a success.
okay. I believe that question was satisfactorily taken care of, Vivian. You can please confirm that you got what you want. Holy, another question just came in. Ooh la la. We still have that's coming. Oh, still from YouTube. Wow, YouTube seem to be winning today. Like participants from YouTube. LinkedIners, what's going on? All right, so there's a question from YouTube. What is next for you? Abi, what is next for your network? And how can our audience support your mission? Well, I think that's been touched on, but maybe you can still brush up on that.
Yes, so we have a calendar for YOULIBUS for 2026. And what is next for us is the International Women's Day Give to Gain Wellness outreach that we have for the end of March 2026. That's the 28th of March 2026. We also have the Young Ladies in Business International Conference and awards that's going to be happening in June 2026. We also have different outreaches, programs that we have in between the year. What is really paramount for us this year and our team for this year is to evolve and become. And how to become is investing in personal development. What we're really focused on this year is investing in personal development, developing ourselves, developing our community members, developing everybody, our partners, people who are affiliated to us. So we're really personality development this year because that's the only way you can evolve and you can become, right? You can't give what you don't have. So for
Of
concerning our
course.
programs, we have the wellness outreach that's happening on the 28th of March. We also have the international conference in June. We also have the Purple Brunch in October. And how you can support this mission again is to come on board, be a partner, be a sponsor, be a donor, be a rep, just be anything. Just come on board. Let's have
Mm,
conversations. Let's know how we can also get your organization on board, because this goes beyond personal involvement. You can also have your organization you would like to come on board and let's collaborate. It is what Ulibus can do, and maybe influence can spread in 5 countries. When you come on board, we will have that influence go across 10 countries. So that's the power of collaboration and partnership.
indeed, indeed. I hope that's satisfactorily taken care of. Ordinarily, I wanted to ask that maybe we display the contact as in for, let's say, if you want to contribute in terms of those who wish to sponsor or partner, but since we have our contact information displayed on the screen, it's good to
You
take
can
that
always send a WhatsApp message, you can
yes,
always send a mail.
exactly to seek in case you want to support through funding. Remember, this month is a month to give, to gain. Sometimes the best thing anybody can do for themselves is to support or help someone who they are sure can never help them back. Our journey in life actually is to help one another. Life is more
Yeah.
about making an impact, not just an income. So if you don't have the time to reach out to people, someone has dedicated herself, her time, her initiative to reach out to others so that there'll be less dramas in the society from idleness. The best you can do is to support. Your financial support is also important at this time. Of course, you will have good ideas that can make them to reach out more successfully to others. Kindly reach out to Ambassador Tiana. Okay, so we will have it all, how to reach out. So there's no excuse for not being part of the incoming um, initiative. They have a whole lot. In fact, there is something coming up by the end of this month earlier, when they are going to help out petty trade grants, okay, for women of low income. We call
Yes,
them
well,
women, so let's say we used to call them undeserving, whatever. But I don't see them as have to be
they are
helped.
not.
They are not undeserving.
Yes.
I really don't enjoy
No, they are
hearing
not.
such people from undeserving communities. Who made them undeserving? So please be a part of this. Ambassador Tiana, in fact, it was a blast having you. I told the people earlier, did I not,
Thank you
that we
so
have a
much.
trailblazer in the house. That we have a trailblazer in the house. Okay, so indeed, you deserve your flowers for the wonderful things you're doing,
Thank you so
and we're
much.
so happy to have you kickstart this month's celebration for women. You shared your insights. You've inspired us to give to gain today. Really, thank you for that. Giving to gain in various ways, not just financially. Impacting people in our own little ways is a must. You should take it seriously. Your work with YOULIBUS Network Africa is truly making a difference. It really is. And we are glad to have it spotlighted today.
Thank you.
To our beautiful audience, thank you so much for being a part of this discussion today. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your questions, your observation. We don't take it for granted. We love that. Please keep it coming. And this should not end after this live, like I said earlier. Let this discussion go on. Okay? Seek out ways you can be part of Universe initiatives coming up soon. We want to say that our audience should stay tuned for ways to get involved and support women entrepreneurs. So thank you once more, Ambassador Tiana, and thank you everyone for joining us. We promise to be here for 3,600 seconds. And of course, the seconds are ticking. It's time for us to leave. So we say that please stay glued, be part of this. We surely will come your way. Women are trailblazers. More women will be
Yeah.
flooding your way on this space. So come here, be inspired. Don't just come here to learn and be inspired. Make sure that their experience challenge you. We need more women like Ambassador Tiana in this generation. Women, we have what it takes to lift ourselves up. Adjust the crown of your fellow queen. It costs you 0.00 naira, 0.00 rand, 0.00 cities, 0.00 kula to lift another woman up. Until we come your way next week, thank you for tuning in. And from me, I say goodbye.
Thank you.